Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Buckeye Weekly Podcast. I'm Tony Gerdeman here as always with Tom. Tom, how's it going?
Tony, that smile on your face tells me you're about to ask me if I know who won bold predictions. And my response is, I sure do. And it means I was way too nice to you last week. And don't worry, Tony, I won't make that mistake again.
It's funny how when I win, it's your fault, but when you win, it's your own doing. And look at me. Look how bold I was, correctly bold. And when it's me, it's like, I just wasn't, disciplined enough to keep you from blah, blah, blah. And well, sorry, Tom.
I don't recall saying blah, blah, blah.
I mean, I whooped you up pretty bad. Not gonna lie, the kickoff return for 3 points kind of helped, but I was gonna win regardless. I think that although that may have been my only 3 points, but still counts.
Good at math as ever. Oh boy. Well, my benevolence knows no bounds except for today, in which it will know bounds. So
Yes. Many bounds. So
many bounds.
with me being a victor last week, I guess that means that I will go first and just make it take it. Basically, I'm just gonna keep going.
Oh well, hail to you, sir.
Nah, come on, enough. So we know, my first one pointer, we know like Rutgers is very special about their special teams, and Ryan Day's very worried about them. Tom, my first bold prediction: Ohio State will win the special teams battle.
Wow, what a very objectively quantifiable thing that you can.
I can tell you. How do we measure this? Through a series of metrics of my own design. I am basically ESPN and the FBI. No, that was just to see if you were on your toes today, Tom. My first real
Alabama wins the special team. Wow, those ESPN metrics are really interesting.
My first real one pointer. David Adolph gets a reception.
So I also had that on my list this week because I had that on my list last week. So,
well, I think, Tom, that you remember how in the old Big Ten, you couldn't go to the Rose Bowl back-to-back years. This is basically that, don't you think?
Yeah, David Adolph is definitely the Rose Bowl of this year's bold predictions. Yes,
you went to David Adolph more recently than I did.
That's true. Yes. So, do we want to divide this up by odd and even yardage?
Gosh, we can do that, which is fun, or we pick a yardage of the reception. But I kind of like the odd and even because we both get it, and everybody has a rooting interest with me. Now,
do you get 1 point for each? That would actually be really fun. 1 point for each reception. So if you pick odd and he has 3 receptions that reach exactly 7 yards, you get 3 points. Now that's some real rock and jock nonsense. Like, I am here for that. Okay. Like, let's see Dan Cortez make the 20-pointer. Like, I think he's going to do it. Let's
take that.
Odd or even, you each get 1 point, but if it's 17 or 34, the 17-pointer is worth 2 points, and the 34-yarder is worth 3 points.
All right. I'm going to take odd, just because they're more odd numbers, but that gives you the advantage of a 102-pointer. Is that?
Well, no, not.
3 points.
2 points for 17. So you get 17, and I get 34, but I would get 3 points for 34. You would get 2 points for 17. Okay. Go ahead. You spend the next 17 minutes typing that all out, and I will go through and read my first one, which
you just did.
Oh yeah, that's true. Yeah. All right. Well, I'll go ahead and read my second one while you type out these this extremely complicated thing. I'm going to keep it much simpler for you, Tony. Quincy Porter has a career high of 30 yards receiving. However, he will break that career high not by 1, not by 2, not by 3, but by 4 yards, 34 yards or more receiving for Quincy Porter on Saturday.
I mean, yes, I can't not do it.
Okay, so it was a yes and a double negative, which is another yes. Okay, good.
2 yeses equals a no. What'd you say? What was his yardage? You said, what's he going to get?
His career high is 30.
Okay.
But he's going to have at least 34.
Oh, all right. At least 34 yards receiving. I feel like he's on the verge of doing something, and I could say the same thing about Mylan Graham. I think those guys are both going to be busy this week, and we'll see how things go. But when you're calling for a career high, even though it's in a situation where even Ryan Day said, well, those guys are going to get more snaps this week.
He didn't say they were going to get more yardage, though, and that's really the key.
Correct.
That's the key point. Yes.
Yeah, they're going to be run blocking more and things of that nature. So yes, Quincy Porter at least 34 yards receiving, unless Tom, it's one catch for 34 yards.
So there can be a 34-yard catch, but if it is exactly one catch for exactly 34 yards,
right?
Well, I'm powerless to stop you there. That's exactly, man. The show hasn't gotten any smarter, but it has gotten more well-defined, I think, which is...
You walked into this one.
I sure did. Right. Face first right into that one. Yep.
All right. So my next one-pointer, Tom, 3 Ohio State wide receivers will have career-long receptions. Now, couldn't tell you offhand what any of those receptions are, but I'm going to say 3. And I think you had this as a 3-pointer recently, or a 2-pointer recently. So, I mean, there is precedent there.
So 3 Ohio State wide receivers will have a career-long reception.
Yes.
I mean, I don't really have any grounds to oppose you on this because it's very much in the vein of the Quincy Porter one. Mm-hmm. So yeah, that's...
And I went 3. That's a lot.
That is a lot. However, Tony, if one of their receptions is 34 yards, it does not count.
Why? What does that have to do with anything? That's not even... You're just pulling out random numbers.
I sure am. Thank you. Thank you for noticing. I appreciate it.
But only one.
Can I tell you the delight that I will have if in the absolute roller coaster of mood swings, if Quincy Porter has one catch for 34 yards and that's his log and that's the third receiver to hit a career high. And so you know, I have the yes, wait, no. And then you have the yes, wait, no. We could have an incredible mood swing. The Bold Prediction Show is sponsored by Zoloft this week. Can't wait. It's going to be, man, you have to do it just because of the potential for how angry it could make one or both of us.
And then later, like in the instant reaction show, we'll just show our text responses back and forth to each other in all of this.
Yes, the first developments of Michigan week. All anyone's going to be talking about is you and I interacting during the Rutgers football game. It's all anyone's going to want to talk about. It happens every year. All right. So my next one-pointer, an Ohio State running back averages more than 8.5 yards per carry with a minimum of 5 carries. That is something that has not happened against a power conference team at all this season. I believe the only time it happened was Bo Jackson against Ohio, I think, or Grambling. One of the other, he had like 10 for 109 yards or something like that. But I went through everyone else's game log and no one else has done 8.5 yards on 5 or more carries against a power conference team.
I'm not gonna put up much of a fight. I'm trying to find some fighting words, but they're just not there. This is acceptable because what is this, like 43 yards or something like that?
Right. Yeah. It's
45 for 43 basically.
Yeah.
And
5 for 42.5. Yes, to be extremely precise. But
and as you know,
I said more
down.
than 8.5. So yes, it would have to be 43. I guess.
I'm good with this. You're saying it has only happened against Ohio. This feels unfortunate that it's likely to happen given Rutgers' porous defense. I almost want to be like, okay, but if 2 guys do it, then, but that's too much. That's too far. We can't turn this show into a farce, you know? People expect boundaries.
Breaking entirely new ground, turning this show into a farce, yes.
Would you let me pick one running back that it can't be?
No, but thank you for asking.
Okay.
It cannot be Quinshon Judkins. That's fine.
Okay, cannot be
Quinshon Judkins, or I will give you 2, Quinshon Judkins or Pepe Pearson.
Oh, wow. Okay. So I'm feeling good about my chances now. I don't like this one, Tom, so congratulations on this one. You've earned it. My next one, and Tom, when I tell you the outpouring of support that I received, and hey, hang in there. We're thinking about you. Families were, the family's thinking about you. We watched this and hope to, we were there with you every step of the way. When my 220 last week went 222, 218, I have never felt so seen and loved by America. So I appreciate that. Tom, that is why I'm back this week.
Can I tell you that I am also back this week? So we may have to bid this up slightly.
222, 222. We're just going to be here 40 minutes going 1 yard incremental.
Mm-hmm. I'll let you have it for 234, 234.
I'll take 217, 217. If you want 234, 234, you can have it.
Mm-hmm. Okay, I will take 234, 234.
Oh, no.
Sir Anthony of Bluffington has lost again.
So now I've got to find some numbers that.
Well, I'll tell you what. I've got a couple extras here because I figured, he's going to be difficult, and I can give you a couple of mine, and you can choose one of these if you'd like.
I also don't have any Mylan Graham, but then all of my 3 of my one pointers are going to be wide receivers. But can I give you a Mylan Graham one pointer?
I guess the answer is it depends.
Mylan Graham scores a touchdown, first career touchdown in Mylan Graham history.
Yeah, I think that's a good one. That's because one of the ones that I had thought about was an Ohio State receiver records their first career touchdown reception, because that was something that you had done before. And then I thought he's also going to have this on the list. So I'm going to have to write down all the ones who it could be, and we're going to have to divide it 2 and 2 or something like that. But if you want to take one guy, that's fine. And I will steer clear of that. So,
and this is just scoring a touchdown.
Touchdown. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. All right. So last week was the only time that Ohio State has outrushed a power conference team by 4 yards per carry. So, the Ohio State yards per carry minus the opposing team's yards per carry equals 4 or more. And that was 4.01. So it was 4, but it was just barely 4. That's why, Tony, it is so shocking that Ohio State will outrush Rutgers by 5 yards per carry through the first 50 minutes of the game this week, because I don't want a bunch of 2-yard carries when everyone in the stadium knows they're going to run the ball and that they're desperately trying to make it Michigan week as fast as possible to skew that. But I'm giving you basically an entire additional yard per carry of margin there above what they've ever done against a power conference opponent this year.
Well, here's one thing. So this is, you said the first 50 minutes, not 15, correct?
5-0, yes, right. 5-0.
You say 5 yards per carry. I'm going to have to bump that up to 5.1 just because, it has to be done. And I'm not even going to say through 51 minutes. We'll keep it 50, but at least 5.1 yards per carry more. And one of us, not me, is going to have to figure this math out after the fact. And maybe if it's if it's not close, we won't. If it is close, we will. And Rutgers has.
It sounds like something that you could take a screenshot of Stat Broadcast right at that 10-minute mark and save us all a lot of time and energy.
I'm super busy.
That was 3 lies in one right there.
Talk about bold predictions. Anyway, through 50 minutes, 5.1 yards per carry more than Rutgers.
More. Yeah, if you want to take Rutgers outrushes Ohio State by 5.1 yards per carry, I will give you 2 points for that one.
Hey man, their running back went off last week. Okay, so that's good. My last, holy cow! No, you're already done with your 1-pointers.
I am done with my 1-pointers. Yes,
and I have 2 more to go. Is that correct?
No, you would have 1 more to go.
Where did all of my 1-pointers go? Did I not write something down?
You probably did not write down your Mylan Graham one.
I did.
Maybe it's because, it's because I took the 234.
Okay, all right.
So there you go.
Because I still have two 1-pointers left.
Yep.
All right, my first one. 2 running backs will have carries of at least their jersey number. And can I tell you this, Tom? C.J. Donaldson has the lowest number of 10-yard carries on the team among the 4 running backs. So this is probably not going to be a 12, 20, 25
Mhm.
thing.
Mhm.
And even if you wanted to eliminate him, and I know you don't, like
Didn't they do? You said 2 or 3?
2 for 1 point. Last week it was
2.
3 for 3 points.
Well, last week,
Or 2
they
weeks ago.
didn't they do this last week? Didn't Isaiah West and Bo Jackson both do this last week? I believe they both had runs.
Yes,
of
they
40.
did.
Yes.
Right.
Okay.
So it's happened once this year.
Wow. 7 days ago, huh? That's, oh boy.
It's not about when, it's about how many times.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I mean, remember when you picked a shutout after a shutout? Or that may have been me. Doesn't matter, but we allowed it.
That was absolutely you, because you were trying to get credit for, well, I've never done it twice in a row. And yeah, I agree. The problem is consistently the same person. Strongly agree.
Pick a running back to eliminate. That way it's on you.
Didn't 3 guys do this last week?
Was
it James Peoples?
James Peoples
also?
did not.
James Peoples did not. It was his touchdown run was, his touchdown. Oh, excuse
like 13
me.
or something.
His touchdown run was 19 instead of his jersey number 20. Wow.
Right.
No. We're gonna just take here. One of the things I had written down was a Caleb Downs interception. You should take that, because that's a standardly agreeable.
Well, we'll come back to this because I do have another 1-pointer.
Mm-hmm.
2 interceptions for the Ohio State defense. They've not done it this year.
Yeah.
You've already used this one before.
Well, and I used this one last week, and you know what? I had 2. I gave you 2 exceptions, but that's because it was 2 points. So yes, for 1 point, I will give you 2 interceptions in 1 game. Yes.
All right, and I will tell you my last 1-pointer. I got to stay away from the big plays because that's my 3-pointer.
I will tell you the other one that I had written down.
Sure.
Never mind. Okay, go ahead.
Oh! Boy, you don't want to give that one up.
I was thinking. I thought I had one more 1-pointer. I was looking at the wrong one.
Okay, how about this? Riley Pettijohn, 1.5 impact plays.
All right, let's just pull up last week's stats and see what Riley Pettijohn did.
I think he had 6.
Riley Pettijohn.
I think it's been a while since he's really done anything. Maybe since like the Grambling State game and where he's like stood out. And
yeah, what's funny is he had a hit on the quarterback, but they didn't credit him with anything on the stat sheet. James Peoples shows up on the stat sheet on defense for
I'll make sure to correct that.
Reasons, yes, but he's not.
Yeah, he's no tackles for loss.
Yeah. All right. I that one, that's fine. I will allow that one.
This one feels a little high. I should have started at 1.
Shoulda, but you didn't.
Shoulda, but I did not. All right, Riley Pettijohn, impact plays. All right.
So I think we can all agree, if something hasn't happened in 6 years for Ohio State football, Tony, pre-COVID.
Oh wow.
You remember the time when we were all carefree, fancy-free, sugar-free, whatever, it was a time of wonderful, magical magnificence. Tony, for the first time since 2019, Ohio State kicks a field goal of 50+ yards.
And this is your 2-pointer?
This is my 2-pointer. Has not happened in 6 years.
That's a good one. I like it. And we know Jaden Fielding has not done that. And it's more than just, it's more than just about predicting a career long. This is something that Ohio State does not normally do. Now, does it have to be Fielding, or are you just saying Ohio State?
Ohio State.
Okay. So it could be Caden McDonald.
If it's Caden McDonald, I get 4 points.
4 points. Understood. Done. Ohio State kicks a field goal of at least, I'm not even going to say, Tom, I need 51 yards. 50 is good enough.
I was just sort of bracing myself for, is he gonna get there? And he did.
Yeah. So
a moment of uncharacteristic decency from you there. I appreciate it.
Well, the show's not over. All right. My 2-pointer, Tom, also pre-COVID, not done since pre-COVID. Ohio State goes to the grocery store and spends under $70.
I'll give you 5 points for that one. Listen, I could go into Costco with 2 things on my list, and I'm like, how did I spend $500? Were these things $250 each? I don't understand what's going on.
I did not need these 2 TVs. All right, my 2-pointer, Tom. Lincoln Keenholt, backup quarterback for Ohio State, rushes and passes for a touchdown in this game. Not to himself, unless he does.
Rushes for a touchdown and passes for a touchdown. That's a great one. Yeah.
4 points if it happens to himself.
No, absolutely not. And if he throws one to himself, you get 4 points. But if he has a receiving touchdown, I get 2 points. Who
Fine.
says no?
No.
The answer is Tony says no. All right.
No. All right. All right, Tom.
That's a good one. I like that one a lot. All right. So how about this one? 2 Ohio State running backs record career highs in rushing. And for C.J. Donaldson, I'm also including his time at West Virginia. So career highs, which is for C.J. Donaldson, 125, for Bo Jackson, 112, for Isaiah West, 62, for James Peoples, 59, for Sam Dixon, 40. And Tony, in the spirit of it being almost Michigan week, Michigan running back Bryson Cusdall also records a career high in rushing. That would be 53. So 2 Ohio State running backs and 1 particular Michigan running back. 3 points.
I despise every bit of this.
Good.
Because Jordan Marshall's not going to play, so Cusdall will get his 53 yards against the Maryland defense that, not that I've watched them this year, I bet they're bad.
They just brought back their coach. They're probably very good.
Sure. Point to you, Tom. I think
I will remind you, crab cakes and football. Those are the 2 things that Maryland does. I heard it in a movie. It must be true.
What's James Peoples' career high again?
James Peoples' career high is 59 yards.
So you're exceeding or tying career highs?
I said record career highs. Okay. So those are their existing numbers. So it would have to be 126 for Donaldson, 113 for Jackson, 63 for West, 60 for Peoples, 41 for Dixon, and 54 for Cudmell.
I don't like this because I think there's potential here, based with James Peoples and Isaiah West specifically, especially in the second half. However, and I don't need to talk. Why should I talk myself into this? Like that there is. You're talking about the fourth quarter, how many carries they're slowing things down. To me, I feel like I'm being extremely lenient to allow this. So I'm going to have to say the first 34-yard rush does not count.
The first 34-yard rush of the day, period. Not for one of these guys, but if it happens to be one of these guys, it comes off the board. But if someone else rushes for 34 yards and they're not the one that ultimately... Because that way it allows us to make it a little bit more unnecessarily complicated, which I know is very much in the spirit of the show.
Yeah, I feel like I'm giving the game away with this one, and I can hear the screams from the people as well, saying, no, don't do it. I hear you. It's like when Obi-Wan sensed Alderaan being obliterated by the Death Star. I can hear the screams and the cries of billions of people reaching out.
Mm-hmm. So that's a yes then? Is that what I'm hearing?
Oh, it's the begrudgingest of yeses. I really do not appreciate this, especially when you consider what my 3-pointer is, which is like, I should just knock off one of these numbers, frankly. It should be actually more like a 5-pointer. Are you ready? Are you ready for this?
I sure am.
Ohio State has plays from scrimmage of 17, 34, 51, and 68 yards.
Okay. Yeah, I was going to be pretty insistent that you added the 68 in there because 17 and 34 and 51 feels, 17 and 34 is like, that might be a 1-pointer maybe, and you add the 51 and it's like, yeah, that's a solid 2-pointer. You add the 68 in there. Yes, absolutely. That's a 3-pointer. no argument here. I said I was going to fight you on stuff this week, and once again, the better angels of my nature make it so that I don't push back too hard. I don't want this to be an adversarial thing.
You don't?
Well, I have to pretend I don't want this to be an adversarial thing.
Is this your first bold prediction show?
Now, what's the deal with the 17 and the 34? That's the only thing I don't understand here.
Maybe we should explain that really quickly. Just randomly, one of us came up with a 17-yard line type of thing, and then it went from a 17-yard line stipulation or a 17-yard stipulation, and then it's just ballooned from there. There's no reason other than, what is the reason for the show? That's
spite, obviously.
Now, enough of the spite, Tom. Let's talk about the bonus bold predictions. Tom, I'll go first. There will be at least 3 television commercials during this game.
Oh man! Now, is that commercials? Is that commercials about televisions, like commercials by a television, or is it commercials on the TV feed? Wow!
Any kind of televised commercial on television or streaming, or on your laptop, phone, your tablet. Your Zoom.
Do ads in the stadium count? I feel like ads in the stadium should count.
Yes, 100%.
Okay.
At least 3.
Okay. I believe that will probably happen, so I will accept that as my my free space on this week's bingo card.
Good.
As for you, Ohio State will kick the ball off at least 2 times in Saturday's game, with at least one of them reaching the 34-yard line.
Okay. What if one of them is? What if most of them are onside kicks? Does that matter?
No, they're kicking the ball off as long as at least one of them reaches the 34-yard line. Listen, if they onside kick it 7 times, I think we're gonna have. I don't think we're gonna be talking about the bold prediction show on the postgame show if Ohio State onside kicks it 7 times. Put it that way.
Wouldn't be the first time we're talking about Greg Schiano getting after Ryan Day in the postgame over Rutgers Showdown.
I was searching for a Greg Schiano picture earlier this week and went, oh, I forgot about that. Yes, the 2022 game where Jesse Mirko did the uncalled fake punt and just kind of like saw an opening and took off running and picked up a first down very late in the game that was not particularly close. And he got hit out of bounds, and then there was a penalty thrown on that, and it happened right at the Ohio State bench. So the Ohio State bench was not real thrilled about their punter getting hit out of bounds, and then it took exception to that, and then Greg Schiano came running across the field, and then I think these are the angriest Ryan Day pictures. I have hundreds, if not thousands, of pictures of Ryan Day. I think these are the angriest Ryan Day pictures I've ever taken. So, so if you don't remember, treat yourself to the Greg Schiano Ryan Day late game 4th quarter freakus in 2022. I'm sure it is on youtube.com somewhere.
I need to get one of those photos of angry Ryan Day for a story about Carnell Tate and Jeremiah Smith talking about their injuries. So that can be the header photo. But there, we're done. We've done it. I want to thank everybody for staying tuned. Tom, I'll even thank you as well. I was more lenient, probably because of the feeling, the joys of being victorious last week, which is not unusual. I think I've won like 6 in a row, but it's the year of giving. It's the time of giving and kindness. So that's probably the real reason behind all of this right now for me.
Well, and also I think it's important to remember that this is a week that the cloud of shame is on the line with the trip to Michigan on the on deck. Can you feel the metal bar of the couch, the pull-out couch, in your back mysteriously already? I hope the answer is yes.
I don't know how you can't. It's just one of those things. So there you go. Way to end this on a downer, Tom.
No, that's not the direction. No, try again.
So that will do it from us. If you're watching on YouTube, please thumbs up. Go ahead and hit the bell to be notified. Subscribe to the channel. We're almost there. It is almost Michigan week. And once we get there, you want to be prepared for everything that we've got coming for you. So I would seriously advise you to subscribe to the channel and hit the bell to be notified. Of course, same thing with the podcasts. Go ahead and subscribe to Buckeye Weekly if you have not yet done so. And of course, Tom's Buckeyes tomorrow morning if you have not yet done so. That way you can just have everything fed to you like you expect that whole week. And so there you go. And continue to find us at BuckeyeHuddle.com as well. Sign up, say hello to us there on the Buckeye Huddle message board presented by Jeff Ruby's Columbus. So thank you all for tuning in, and we will talk to all of you later.